So I'm at a space clearing, and this client feels like this house is possessed and that's trying to kill her because of all the things that happened. She moved here 2 years ago, and her elements are all fire, and this is a year for her to go for it. It's a young wood year, which means a lot of growth and for her to go for it. However, she moved here 2 years ago when it was her water year. And so there's certain attachments to her and certain attachments that happened that year. And then this space as well had the people who lived here that may have passed away, but she's not sure, like inside the home. When I checked it, one of them is still here. And so we just need to send them a hero's journey home. And I always look at the perimeter, get direction and advice, especially with trees. And so we hugged this great big tree that shades the place and protects the place. She actually has really good parameters and borders with the other plants there, especially compared to the neighbors. However, there was construction done here, and so with the construction, they weren't given permission, and so the land got mad. And so that's why there's all this disruption. So we're going to harmonize it. Now she's really taken such good care of it, and then there's distinctions in the land, like when there's a huge separation of like concrete, grass, sand, gravel, and I have to take that into consideration. But everything is pretty harmonious, and they have all elements, especially with the rocks and the stones and the grass. Okay, and then here though, in the very front, because the front is the entryway, it is actually not protected, and so we need to install like a protection ground there, and perhaps like even putting some things up so that it doesn't get all the energy from the street. And if you see here from the street, it's not very set far back, and so they can have hitchhiker energy. But here it's kind of like in the corner, and so we don't have a lot of that. But I need to really reflect too on the energy of that home there, so she's not absorbing all that, because it is all fire, and fire tends to soak up emotions from people, right, in proximity. And so when we looked at other things in consideration, she had a huge fire this year, and so things were burnt down that needed to, and her representations of like fire and the elements, it really was a clearing for her. Now that we look at it, for her to keep the things that she really needs in this new life, and it's a harmonious prescription where you just don't heal the land. So in my space clearings, there's so much more, and it depends on the occupants of the home, the purpose of the home, what she wants to attract as a frequency tower here. And so the frequency tower for her, the three emotions is safety, joy, and love. Safety, joy, and love. And you can change this at any time by setting the hexagram of it. But this is just the very beginning. I'm going to be walking the space. I'm going to mineralize it with salt, and then just really put up some protection here so she feels safe, and then see what the land tells me. And I walk it many, many times. So right now, though, she's getting a personal clearing for herself. We did a face reading with it. She's laying down to do some meditation. I set some stones on her. We cleared her. We reset the bed. But there's so much more in a space clearing. I can't even begin to tell you. So sometimes it's pretty quick. Could be like an hour to like set things, but it might not be as thorough then. But a space clearing really does take about 3 hours, and sometimes I even have to come back again if the house is like too big, because my body in itself can only clear for so long and so much. And so it's not just a space clearing; it's really a space blessing. It's a space blessing. It's getting in touch with the land and healing the land and asking the land to work with you and being thankful for that land.